Hello all, it's the 26th of December. That is Boxing Day, and can you believe it, in Melbourne we've finally got a nice sunny morning. It's amazing how like 7 days ago, long range forecast, they knew it was going to be a sunny Saturday of 30 degrees. But the last 7 days have been Scheisenhausen. And once again after today, it's going to be back to Scheisenhausen. So it's amazing how they could pluck out in 7 days' time. It's actually going to be a good day amongst 2 weeks of rubbish. But anyway, so what does Boxing Day mean for most Australians? Well, as you know, we are a sporting nation, and there are two big events that happen. If you're a cricket fan, you'll be following the Boxing Day test here in Melbourne at the famous Melbourne Cricket Ground, where Australia plays whatever country is here at the moment. It just happens to be India. And lo and behold, they've allowed 30,000 people to go, I was going to say pack into the MCG. It won't be packed because it fits 100,000 people. And most Boxing Day tests, which is usually the first day of the 5-day test, they get 80, 90,000 clowns that just want to go there because it's a thing. You're going to be there in the Boxing Day test, even though sitting out watching cricket, test cricket, like watching the grass grow these days. But the people used to go, they used to bring their own eskies full of beer and get sloshed, but can't really do that these days, but they still go. So yeah, 30,000 people have been allowed in. And apparently the other week, 5,000 people were allowed. I think it was the Moonee Valley races on a Friday night. Not sure if in 5,000 were going to go anyway, but I think it was 5,000 or 3,000. And meanwhile, no one's allowed to go anywhere else to any other sporting events because I haven't checked the figures, but 40, 50, I don't know, days without any cases here in Melbourne, Victoria. But still they persist with this bullshit. But you know, things are going to get worse in the new year, 2021. All they need is a few cases and bang, back into the lockdown shit, and who knows. But the other great sporting event is the Sydney to Hobart yacht race. Well, Sydney Hobart yacht race cancelled for 2020 due to BS-19 scamdemic. You wouldn't read about it. Just so happens, was it not even a week ago, that there was some bullshit cases. Few people tested positive in the northern beaches of Sydney. Yes, after months and months and months of nothing going on in Sydney, all of a sudden, out of the blue, on the northern beaches of Sydney, not far from when the Sydney Hobart yacht race begins, some people tested positive. I haven't kept up with this shit, but guaranteed none of them are sick, none of them are going to die, but they just had to use that for this cancelling the yacht race. The Cruising Yacht Club of Australia has announced that the 76th edition of the Sydney Hobart yacht race has been cancelled for 2020 due to the bullshit of the BS-19 scamdemic. It was scheduled to take place from December 26 to 31 before it was scrapped. We are bitterly disappointed to cancel the race this year, especially considering the plans and preparations we have put in place to have a COVID-safe race. We were so well prepared to run the race, and we're only days from the start. This is the first time in 76 years that the race will not be conducted. Organisers made the decision based on the safety of competitors and staff as they sail down the east coast of Australia, down the Bass Strait, and ending up in Tasmania, well away from anyone. But you know, this deadly virus seems to hang around in the oceans. Yes, that's why the cruise ships brought it into Australia, and before that to America. Yes, Anyway, organisers made a decision based on the safety of competitors and staff, as well as the welfare of the people in the Australian states of New South Wales and Tasmania. Tasmania, which has recorded virtually nothing since this crap started. Tasmanian government declares Greater Sydney medium risk from tonight, meaning anyone from the area has to quarantine for 14 days upon arrival. Gut Wine, the Tasmanian Premier, never heard of this guy actually. It's amazing how we don't even know who the premiers are. Gut Wine announced travel restrictions to the Greater Sydney area, meaning that the race could no longer go ahead. Parts of Sydney are regarded as high risk zone by Tasmania, while the wider Greater Sydney area was defined as medium risk. Mind you, this was like a week ago when this bullshit cluster happened, and it's died off, but still, you know, they got to do this shit. People entering Tasmania from Sydney are required to quarantine for 14 days on arrival, making the chances of the race going ahead impossible. Business owners have expressed their concerns over the new restrictions, with one stating to ABC in Australia that the cancellation of the race has certainly removed that confidence significantly. That'll do. That'll do. This is the shit that, we got to put up with. And like I said, 2021, by God, not looking forward to it.